From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, January the 3rd, 2022. 2 rockets were fired from Gaza towards central Israel on New Year's Day. Both projectiles were said to have landed in the Mediterranean Sea, and no damage or injury was reported. The IDF that night tweeted in response, "We just struck Hamas sites in Gaza, including a rocket manufacturing site and military posts used for terrorist activity." There were reports that terror groups in Gaza said the rocket fire was unintentional, that it was caused by weather conditions, which has been blamed in the past by terror groups for such firings, for example, saying that lightning strikes set off rocket launchers. Well, as Israel continues to try and manage the spread of the new Omicron variant, the country continues in its pioneering 4th coronavirus vaccine. Prime Minister Naftali Bennett announced that the additional booster would be available for more of the public.
Last week, Israel began vaccinating its most vulnerable citizens with the 4th dose of the COVID vaccine. Tonight, I can announce that Israel will also begin administering the 4th vaccine to all Israelis aged 60 and above, as well as our wonderful medical workers, 4 months after they've received their last dose, following the approval of Israel's Ministry of Health.
Israel will likely reopen its borders to tourists from some, but not all, countries that had been closed to travel in efforts to stop the spread of Omicron. Israel's health ministry said today that pending Knesset approval, starting January the 9th, it would allow fully vaccinated tourists from Canada, France, South Africa, Hungary, Nigeria, Spain, and Portugal to Israel, but the United States and the United Kingdom are still off limits. The New York Police Department's Hate Crimes Task Force is investigating an assault last Sunday in Brooklyn, New York. 21-year-olds Blake Zavatsky and Ilan Kaganovich, both Jewish, were in front of a store in the Bay Ridge neighborhood where Zavadsky, who was wearing an IDF sweatshirt, said a man told him he didn't like the sweatshirt and to take it off, which Zavadsky refused to do. The man, who called the 2 dirty Jews, then punched Zavadsky in the face twice. The Hate Crimes Task Force posted a photo of the suspect, looking for the public's help in identifying him. The Anti-Defamation League of New York and New Jersey is offering a $5,000 reward for information that helps to catch and convict the culprit. New York Governor Kathy Hochul called the incident abhorrent and unacceptable, saying antisemitism and all hate has no home in New York. Yesterday, some 100 people, including Zavadsky and Kaganovich, rallied in New York against antisemitism. A pro-Palestinian counter-protest also took place, with police walking between the groups to keep the situation calm. Well, Yeshiva University's basketball team's amazing run has come to an end. The Maccabees' 50-game record-breaking winning streak was broken Thursday night against Illinois Wesleyan University, who beat YU 73-59. The Maccabees' stunning run has received widespread recognition, including a profile in New York Magazine last week and a tweet from the NBA last week that said, "Congrats to Yeshiva University men's basketball team for 50 consecutive wins, the longest active winning streak in men's college basketball." Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, January the 3rd at 7 o'clock. Award-winning author Rebecca Abrams shares color photos from her book, Jewish Treasures from Oxford Libraries. At 8, a discussion of how to fight hate and find unity in the face of anti-Semitism from the ADL's Never Is Now Summit with Rabbi Jeffrey Myers, Rabbi Jacqueline Mates-Muchen, Nathan Diamond, and Rabbi Moti Seligson with ADL's Meredith Wiesel. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with part 1 of an interview with former National Director of the ADL, Abe Foxman. At 10, Rabbi Harold Kushner speaks with the late Rabbi Rachel Cowan on what it means to live a good life. And coming up next, Shahar Azani speaks with pro-Israel activist and USC alum Emily Schrader about anti-Semitism at the university on tonight's In the News. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, January the 3rd, 2022. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well, and Happy New Year.